Hey, what's going on, guys? The Five Shadows here, and today I've got a Warframe video for you. And Hydroid is OP is the subject of this video. I mean, he's not really, but me and my friends did find a pretty niche use for him a couple of days ago. So they had the challenge alert for 3 Nutane extract after the dev stream. So it's like level 80 to 100-ish corpus defense. And it wasn't too bad. Like level 80 to 100 is not super hard. And there were like a lot of nullifiers compared to normal. Or at least it seemed like there were a lot of nullifiers. But even that's not too bad. The main problem was that there were a lot of sapping ospreys dropping their sapping bombs on the defense point, and these were really the only thing like doing damage. But they were doing a lot of damage. So what we ended up doing, what we figured out, is that Hydroid's 1 is actually really good at blowing up those sapping osprey bombs, and Hydroid's 1 is also pretty good at getting rid of nullifier bubbles in a large area. So we had there was 3 of us, and then we played in public, so we had 1 random. So I played a Blessing Trinity because half the mission we were like standing in osprey things, and I'm lazy and I didn't want to move around. I mean, you know, I could have, but also Trinity's my favorite Warframe, so there's that. Basically, I was just trying to keep everyone alive with Blessing, and then keeping everyone's energy up as best I could with Energy Vampire. And then we had a Limbo who was, like a negative range, using his Cataclysm when there were no nullifier bubbles around, and also getting the clutch res because Limbo gets free res whenever it was needed. And then we had our Hydroid basically just spamming his first ability over and over again. I will say Hydroid's first ability, if you're just going to spam it as fast as you possibly can, you are going to run out of energy even with Prime Flow and Zenuric, which is what our Hydroid was using. So that's part of why I was playing Trinity, to keep his energy up. But that said, it was actually pretty fun, and Hydroid worked out really well. So I just kind of wanted to highlight that fact. And the fact that, you know, a lot of people rat on Hydroid and say he's like the worst Warframe, or one of the worst Warframes, depending on your opinion of the Oberon rework, I guess, right now. But I don't think he's that bad, and honestly, like, whatever frame you want to bring, you can probably bring to a sortie and get away with it, as long as you know how to play it. You know, I have a friend, and I've even brought Hydroid into sorties just for lulz, and it's not too bad. And you know, the level 100 is you know, the average player. That's probably the highest you're gonna see on an average day, the highest level. You know, maybe the raids go higher. I don't know, but you know, stuff like that. So I just want to kind of highlight that. You know, the Hydroid's not that bad. He does have his useless. He's great against Corpus. He's great against those sapping ospreys. He's okay against Grenier with his one's augment, which does corrosive procs. So I also kind of want to take this chance to talk about like what would be cool to see from a rework from Hydroid, because he does have potential, and I do think Hydroid looks cool, and I think he's kind of fun. So I would love to see him be able to compete with some of the more meta frames in Warframe. So let's kind of go down real quick. I don't think his passive ability works. If it's going to be summoning tentacles on a ground pound, I think it should be guaranteed, because the tentacles just don't do enough to justify RNG for that. For his 1 Tempest Barrage, it's in an okay place right now, but please, for the love of God, change just take away the camera shake, the ground shake. If you're standing where a Hydroid is casting his 1, your camera is going to be shaking so hard you're not going to know what the hell is going on around you, and it's really frustrating and really annoying. So I would really appreciate it if that got taken out of the game, because his 1 is actually a pretty good, very spammable ability. It's just that it sucks to be standing where it's being used, because you can't tell what's happening. Especially like if there's 2 Hydroids. We've trolled around and both gone in as Hydroid before and just spammed our 1, and it's not pretty at all. So that would be great if that were changed. The other thing is, it would be nice to see the damage of Hydroid's 1, his Tempest Barrage, to scale a little better. But other than that, I don't have too many complaints for that. His Tidal Surge, I think, should honestly be turned into his dodge. Like Limbo got his Rift Walk turned into his dodge. I think Tidal Surge should be Hydroid's dodge, just make it like smaller and maybe like shorter range or something, I don't know. But I think that would be kind of cool. The other thing that needs to happen, that could happen, which would be cool with his Tidal Surge, is to make it a lot bigger and slower, so it kind of washes over like a tsunami, like washes over enemies, probably knocking them down, maybe inflicting some kind of status proc, like, I don't know, impact because it's blunt force, or maybe based on melee, I don't know, that would be kind of cool. Just something, maybe stuns enemies, or, you know, it needs to do crowd control or damage or something that it doesn't do right now, because it really doesn't do anything right now. And then Undertow, I think, really just needs to be like completely reworked, either replaced with a new ability, or basically Hydroid needs to not get sucked into Undertow. He needs to cast Undertow on the ground and then not have to, and then be able to walk around afterwards, basically. The other thing is that the range is really bad. The range needs to be buffed like significantly, and I don't think it should be a channeled ability. Excuse me. I think you should cast it, and it should be based on duration, like on your duration mods, because, you know, let's talk about, you know, Banshees 4 and how big the duration is compared to Undertow. And Undertow does like almost no damage, and it drains your energy, and it can drain a whole lot of your energy if your allies are sitting in it with you, with the augment. So I mean, I know Banshees 4 does drain a lot of energy, but at least it wipes the whole map, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like Cataclysm, Limbo's Cataclysm, that's, you know, a cast that has really high duration, really high base range, especially compared to Undertow. So something like that would be better. Maybe make the damage scale, or maybe just turn it into a CC ability. Maybe make it similar to Inaros's ability, to where like half of their body goes underground and you can still shoot them in the face, and still interact with the enemies that way, so they're not just completely lost. Something like that. And then as far as Hydroid's 4, it's not too bad. Like, it's decent. It's crowd control. Like, it does remove enemies from the battlefield as a threat for its duration, but the AI definitely needs an update for the tentacles, because a lot of times I'll see Hydroid use Tentacle Swarm and the tentacle will spawn right next to an enemy and it just won't touch it, and that's unfortunate, because that's what it's there for. It's there to basically take that enemy off the map and make it not a threat for a while, and or kill it. It would be nice. It would also be nice if Hydroid 4's damage scaled a lot better, stuff like that, or maybe make it like a heavy crowd control ability. Maybe make it so you can have more tentacles based on some kind of stat, like strength or range or something, or more tentacles like period, just so you have more crowd control, something like that, to where you can have either better crowd control, or they need to do better damage, or both, something like that. I think that's basically going to do it. Those are just my thoughts. I do think Hydroid is fun, and I think he looks cool. I think it would be awesome to see a Hydroid Prime. I wonder what that would look like. Like a gilded Orokin Age pirate. Would be pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. But I definitely think he needs a rework. So those are just kind of my ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good day.